Alright guys, welcome back to the Flip Flop Fab Shop. So my neighbor saw me riding around my two-stroke dirt bike, and he walked down here. I thought I was in trouble. He walked down here and he's like, "Are you a two-stroke mechanic?" And I said no. And he was like, "Well, I've got a four-wheeler I'll give you for free if you want it." And I was like, "Oh no, I don't know. I don't need all these projects. I've got too many." So we went and looked at it, and it was this piece of junk. But he pulled me, I agreed to take it. So he pulled me down his driveway with his side-by-side. We got all the way back here. He said the oil pump had failed on it one time and burned up the top end, and he had some guy replace the top end for him. And he said it ran fine after that, but it quit running again. And I don't know if they fixed the oil pump and bypassed it. I don't really remember what he said. I've had this thing kind of for a couple months. I don't even know what year it is, but it's a 350 two-stroke four-wheel drive. It's like an early 90s. It's got electric start. So I'm afraid the bottom end's toast, or the top end's toast again, but we're gonna throw some 32-to-1 and try to hook up this jumper to the battery and see if it does anything. Oh. I'm just gonna pour all this in there. Jump starter on. There we go. Oh, lights are on. Will it start? Nothing. Lights work? Nope.
The solenoid's right here. If you got a screwdriver, we can just jump it. Here, wait, pull on it. Yeah, that's what it is. I can feel it.
That's choke.
Yep. So hold that out.
You'd be on key duty in case it runs away.
Who's videoing?
I am. Well, it's not locked up, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I can pour more gas in there. It's pretty empty.
What the problem is.
Gas.
Let me get started, please.
No chance. That didn't sound good.
That did not sound good.
To see if we're gonna be getting. I'm sure the carburetor's full of junk, so.
Oh,
Keep going. Don't be stingy.
yeah, that's liquid gold right there. You better be careful.
My golly.
Let's give her some.
Oh,
Gosh.
God.
Ugh, what
I think
is
that's the
that?
belt. I think it's the
Yeah.
coordination's good. Yeah.
Try it again.
Definitely not doing that. Oh, that's bad.
That's definitely.
That's bad. And oh,
Oh, the
they have
engine sounds
fiber.
good.
Yeah, it does. They got fiberglass on it too. We should probably take that off. It'll suck though. There's one right up there. There's probably one hidden. We gotta take like the whole back fender off. Dude,
At least it runs.
she started. It's not like knocking. It's got something going on with the clutch. This sucker was free 99 too.
Can't beat that with stick.
Yeah, can't beat that with a stick.
We got even the
Demand
Demand
4-wheel drive, son.
This thing is mint.
This is actually the Speedo off of a police interceptor motorcycle.
From the
A Kawasaki
OKC.
1000 or something like that.
OKC.
Shout out to Ron for this rig here. All right, well, Dad just freaking choked her out with a gallon of gasoline, so we're gonna see if this rig starts.
Are you?
Oh, wait,
No
hold on.
lights.
No
Hold on.
lights.
I gotta turn
Yeah, probably timed out on us.
There we go.
Fire in the
The
hole.
load, boys.
Yeah, she's not getting gas.
Exhaust?
That fella? Yeah.
Where's the exhaust? Because it's
It
not
come-
coming out. Is it coming out?
It's right there.
Yeah, it
Right
comes up the
bottom.
bottom. You could
Where's all the
kind of,
smoke?
you could kind of
Where's all-
hear it on the pipe. Did you kind of hear it?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Dude, no shot.
Wow.
I say we pull the fuel line off right here and see if it's even flowing
Yeah, probably not.
before we tackle the carb.
I bet that little inline fuel filter's
Probably clogged
Yeah.
up.
clogged.
There's some yellow stuff in it. There we go.
It's green.
But it
now.
came out of the carburetor instead of out of the hose. The fitting did.
It came up.
Yeah, like this is supposed to be in the carburetor, then that's the barb part.
She runs. Did you hear it?
But it wasn't flowing whenever I.
Now it might have been blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's flowing.
We took the fuel line off to see if it was clogged.
Oh, was anybody pulling that whenever we were?
No, because we choked her out with gas. Where's the...
Oh, I put the screwdriver in it. That's alright, I'll just use these.
Want me to pull it?
Yeah, if you just hold it.
Hold it?
Yeah.
Like the whole time? Don't let off?
Yeah. She might drink Michelob.
Need a primer.
I'm glad the switch is in the on position, because if not, that would.
Like this barely comes out. Is
Yeah,
that
I know.
all
I
it
feel
does?
like it should come
Is
out
that-
more, but
Is that all it does?
I would hate for that streak to break.
Yeah.
You want me to be on fuel duty?
Then we'd be up a creek.
Nope.
You pour a little heavy.
No, I'm good at this. That's why it's
Lock
running.
it up though.
Clear. Clear. Here, let me pour you throttle.
Wow.
Wow, sounds good. We're gonna put her on the limiter for a minute straight.
I'm kind of impressed.
For as crappy as it looks, I'm surprised.
Well, it kind of
runs.
worked. It was sucking gas out of the can. I had it tilted and it was kind of pulling it out. So it was like feeding itself.
Yeah.
I was wishing it would get gas from the
I
gas
reckon.
can.
Yeah, I reckon
Tank.
a carb clean.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, what?
Clean the carb. And it should be ready to rip.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna take this carburetor out. I would put my phone up on the stand and record, but it's raining right now. I don't want my phone to get all wet. As you can see, this hose clamp, or this clamp, doesn't have a screw in it, so I only have the front one right there. I'm gonna try to get this thing out real quick, and I'll just unscrew the throttle cable. So I'll get that back in the shop and clean the carburetor. So I took this fuel line off, and it was pouring gas out. So that does indicate to me that the carburetor is clogged or dirty, the jets are clogged, and that it is getting fuel. That's what we were worried about. So I think it is getting fuel. Just gonna take the carburetor off. I had to remove the air box. It was just two 12s holding it in right here. And then the choke, this one right here, is screwed in here. And that was a 12 as well, so I got that out. And this, in theory, should pull out. I need to loosen up this clamp a little bit. Oh, starting to rain a little harder. Might be a two-hand job. It looks like there's some JB Weld or something on here. So let's go ahead and get that bowl off. Ooh. Oh man, what is going on? What is this? Well, it's coming off, so that's good. They're supposed to move, I would assume. Oh, I bet you they go up and down on this pin. They're stuck. This is actually disgusting. Look at that. Man, that pin's not moving. Okay, I finally got that thing to budge. Hit it with this guy on a hammer. But it's not out yet. Okay, I found an Allen key that fit in there. There we go. Wow. Kind of mangled that up a little bit. But this needle is terrible. Huh? Still like pliable. Just dirty and coated in whatever this stuff is. Oh, I lost that. Hopefully it's not stuck. Well, I don't know what size it is. Okay, I'm soaking the carburetor in like oven cleaner. And while that's soaking, trying to figure out if I can get these floats off. So I got these little rubber guys out that were on the tips of here. And then just been slowly prying these up. They like come up and then they kind of stop. And then they come up a little bit more. I'm just working them loose. But trying to be careful. And my dad told me this is kind of like, it must have been ethanol fuel. So that would make sense as to why it looked like a science experiment in there. I don't know why I can't get these all the way off. I mean, surely they should come all the way off. I don't want to. There they go. Yeah, there's one. After a couple hours of cleaning this sucker, I used a bunch of oven cleaner, the Easy Off. Same thing I used on the cylinder to clean the power valve on my CR125. As you can see, it's still not pretty. That's about as good as it's gonna get. Looks a lot better. I cleaned the pilot jet, the main jet, made sure they're clear. All inlets are clear. I blew it out with carb cleaner, and I put compressed air through it just to verify. That pilot jet was pretty hard to get clean. I had to stick a needle through it a couple times. But I'm not going to adjust anything. I'm just going to throw it back in, and hopefully it all works. And the bowl has like JB Weldall on this side. So I assume you can kind of see right there, there's a hole in the corner right there. So I just think this thing was run with ethanol for its like a lot of the end of its life, and eventually I think it clogged the jets, and that's probably why it quit running. So I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this sucker back together. It's not gonna be perfect. I'll probably, if it runs, I'll run it with premium gas for a while, or at least no ethanol gas. Of course, 2-stroke mix. And then I'll probably try to re-clean the carburetor one time. I think having good gas in here will clean it up. It might clog up the jets again, but I'm fine with tearing it apart and cleaning it once more. And maybe if the four-wheeler does run pretty good, maybe I'll buy a used carburetor or a knockoff or something. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to go ahead and put all this back together and hopefully put it on the four-wheeler. And I also found my boot that holds the airbox to the carb is tore, so that's unfortunate. It's not really any good way to fix that one, so I might have to buy a new one of those. And I'm gonna clean out all of this because there's still stuff in here. But I guess there's no reason to do it right now. Yeah, I need to clean this stuff out. It's pretty nasty. There's like mud daubers down there. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and reassemble that. Okay, guys, my glorious victory ride was ended by my throttle cable breaking. Which I don't know why this won't focus. Yeah, it literally just popped right out of there. But high works, reverse worked. I'm impressed. I had no brakes the whole time, but it idles just fine and started right up every single time. No knocking. It does have something weird going on with the clutch. Kind of makes some noises, but so I guess I need to order a throttle cable, which sucks. Other than that, we'd be ready to rip. So the whole carburetor clean helped her out. Hopefully it didn't suck up too much debris on that run. But I guess while I wait for a throttle cable, I can fix these front brakes. It has like a plunger, but it's stuck down because I bet it's dry. So I need to take these off and see if I can push the plunger out and fill it with brake fluid and work it back and forth for a while. Then probably same for the rear. I also want to figure out this start button. It doesn't work, and I don't know if the 4-wheel drive switch works, but
Should have tried that.
that'd be cool. I got some parts in. First one, you can see this boot is tore. So I got this new one here, like $15 or something. And then the throttle cable broke on me, so I ordered a new throttle cable. Before I put it back together, I'm just gonna make sure all these parts are cleaned out. I don't want it to inhale anything it shouldn't. So I'm gonna clean all this up, probably blow out this air filter for the time being, and then we'll remove the old cable. Almost out of WD-40.
Can you start it in gear?
Well, it has no jumpers on it.
Oh, nice. A little neutral drop. Here, wait.
there's so much smoke coming out of it. All right, guys, we were shredding her too hard. She got a little hot.
Don't open that.
Well, this is just the...
Oh, I smell antifreeze, yeah.
Yeah. I see water.
I think it's that little bitty short radiator hose in the front.
Yeah, there's... Oh, it's right here. It's the elbow that goes into the head. You take the gas tank off. It's right there. This guy? Yeah. Is there any water in there? Oh, it's not tight. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, it looks like it's shooting out around side the hose.
I think it's split.
Yeah. Split.
I think so.
Alright guys, we found our problem. The elbow either ate itself or it's been broken for a long time, so. And the piece ain't there, so maybe it's stuck in the head, I don't know.
It's hard to get them. Dirty water coming out.
Okay guys, the fan wasn't turning on, and so my buddy found the loose wire and plugged it into the temp sensor. And now the hot light's coming on. The fan's not on. Should we try to start it?
Yeah.
See if the button's on. Push button's working. Like the fan's gonna come on. I think it caught whatever's in there and she shut her down. Alright guys, I got this damned old ass end off this rig. So I can get this transmission cover thing off. Because it sounds like mice are in there getting ground up. So we're gonna take this rig off here. I don't know. She's not, there's not one on the bottom. Sarah. Alright. it's definitely stuck over there. Okay, we got the cover off. I think this was stuck or something. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's been some rubbing going on in here.
Well, I bet that one's not a cheap fix, so might have to scrap her. Believe it or not, I charged that battery for like 4 hours. Probably like 5 hours. It was holding like 12 volts. Threw it on the thing. She cranks over. There. I can't pull the. It's not gonna start because I can't pull the choke right now, but. Oh, it did start. Heck yeah. Just coming together. If we could get the fan to come on, which I don't think it will, it seems it's like kind of gritty. Maybe I can take it off and see if it's what's going on, but can't get that going. I wish the brakes would work. The tires don't hold air. One of them does. This one holds air. All the others are flat, and I aired them up. That one holds a little bit. The rears really don't hold anything. Those are some meats right there. I wish I could get tires, but they're so expensive. So I don't really know what to do about that. It's leaking. I don't know if it's gas or oil. I believe this is the oil pump cable, but I just think I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Probably just gonna cut it and not use the new one because I don't need it. So yeah, I might reroute the new cable and take the old one out real quick. I don't think it'll be too hard. Another thing is a new choke, because this one's broken. So that would be nice. None of the headlights work. The 4-wheel drive works, no problem. It comes on immediately, which is sick. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed. Just got a few problems. The clutch, I don't know if it's idling too low or if there's something wrong with the clutch, but it makes a god-awful noise. I think it's got too much play. So I don't know, but still pretty cool. This belt's pretty new looking. I mean, it's not perfect. There's a little crack right there, but not too shabby, guys. Not too shabby. So one of the biggest problems with the 4-wheeler is that the electric fan doesn't work. So I'm just zipping out these 4 bolts here so I can see which wires go into it and unplug them and try to give it directly 12 volts and see if it comes on. So we gave it 12 volts and nothing happened. It didn't even make a noise. So we're gonna try to figure out how to take it apart. Okay, so we found there were no external bolts or anything that held this cover on or anything. So my dad was like, bend this flange out. So that's what we did. Yeah. It's not looking too hot right now. It's looking a little rusty.
Rusty.
Yeah. That's disgusting, actually.
Full of bark. It'll come.
Well, I would say that's why it wasn't working. So I think
Grease, we should have her running again. Oh yeah. So the magnets are holding it in. You have to get. There you have it.
that smells disgusting. Well, that's probably why it wasn't. I don't know how electric motors work, but I assume
It
not
ain't
having.
supposed to look like that.
Okay, so the plan. Good thing my dad has rebuilt one of these before. So he thinks this was. It came loose. The epoxy wasn't holding it anymore, and he was saying this. I don't want to actually put it. Was touching the motor, and it was just like jammed up in here. That's why there was resistance, and it was just rubbing on it. So what we're gonna do is clean this up, re-epoxy it back to its spot, take the Dremel tool, clean all the rust off, .co, and put this rig back together. Okay, so we mixed up some JB Weld. If you're gonna do this, you also want this white line facing up. That's how the other one is. And then we're just gonna go in like that, 180 degrees from the other one. So we clean this with brake clean. This little piece. I cleaned the inside and the magnet with brake clean. Now we're gonna put JB Weld on the back side of this. Screwdriver's magnetic.
Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelet. At Red Mountain, you get no shots, just results. And
go to iHeartTown.com/CoxCountry to register today. From Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox postpaid internet required. Hey, it's Toby from Wendy's. Picture a Baconator.
There we go. That's better with the flashlight. There she is, right there. It's the next day. The epoxy is completely hardened. Now, I greased the bearing there and on the back shell. Just some wheel bearing grease. Now I'm ready to go in with the actual magnet guy. This is probably gonna be really hard. this is the tedious part. These guys have to come out. Like that. And these springs go in. Like that. But in order to hold them, I guess there's a trick. You get some fishing line and wrap it around this, and on the back you just hold it. And once you put this on, you pull the fishing line out. All right. Dang. She's ripping, dude. Well, while she's running, she'll get more voltage too. So we weren't able to really test the fan because when it gets hot, this starts to leak before, like every time it builds pressure, this starts to leak first. And there's coolant everywhere, and then it starts smoking. So I think what's happening is that happens before the fan gets a chance to turn on. So I'm gonna try to fix this. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm just going to take a file first and clean up these edges. And then brake clean. And I'm going to use some JB Weld tank weld. And I also have this bolt I wrapped in aluminum foil. That'll stick right in there like that. And hopefully I can get that to work. Okay, this has hardened overnight. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull this out. I got the bolt out. Now I'm just able to pull the foil out. I'm not gonna be able to get all of that. I'll clean that up a little bit. We're getting serious now. I put some Toyota RTV on that rig, so hopefully it stays on. I'm gonna put the hose clamp on, cinch her down, let her kind of set up for probably like 30 minutes and try to start her up. This JB Weld here does hold now on that coolant line. What else? There's something else I did. Oh, I adjusted the the idle right here. So now that it actually idles now, which is cool. Now it was a little low, but that's as much adjustment it has in it without taking the spring out. If you take the spring out, it comes out of adjustment. So, but right now I just sprayed it all with degreaser, and I'm just gonna power wash it and hopefully cleans it up a little bit. Have a nice and easy fix, hopefully. As you guys saw, I Jimmy rigged up this choke, but problem is it's hard to pull this out, click the start button, and give it gas if it needs some extra help. So I did some research, and they actually have this. There's a part number, and it's just a lever. You flip it, stays on. You flip it back when you don't need it anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. I'm probably not gonna show it, but I just wanted you guys to know that I'm putting this on there. All right, let's see how this works. Key on, choke on. Doesn't like to idle when she's not warm, but I like that. It's all right. We know she works. I finally found some new wheels after a couple, probably a month or two, waiting for a good deal to come across Marketplace. So these are Polaris 570 Ranger wheels and tires. The tires are dated 2016. I got them for like 220 bucks, which isn't bad at all. And no dry rot, they all hold air. These ones are pretty cool because they're black and they have these little cutouts. The fronts are the same bolt pattern, but the rears, the fronts are identical. The rears on here are 4x4, so I think they're, I don't remember, it's like 4 inches in diameter is the bolt pattern. And these are 4x156, the rears are. So the fronts are 25 by 8 by 12. The rears are 25 by 10 by 12. But these are 25 by 12 by 10. So 10-inch rim, 12-inch wide. Those are 10-inch wide, 12-inch rim. So they're just flip-flop the two numbers. But that means those are 2 inches more narrow, which, looking at this, might be all right, actually. It may look normal. See how wide these are? But the thing is, I gotta find adapters, which I think you can get some for like 40 bucks for those to fit on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these front wheels on, see if they fit. It's just a regular nut with a nylon lock on it. Check that out. Sucker's tall now. Probably got a little too much air in them, but it's all right. If I paint these black, they'll look good. I'll take her for a little rip. It looks like it missed leg day or something, but you gotta think, when these were holding air, they're probably a little more tall and not as bulbous. So, or I'm trying to convince myself, but I need adapters, 4x4 to 4x156, and then so that would probably bring them to here. Let's see how that looks. That wouldn't be too bad, actually. Because I kind of want it in line with the fender. So I say an inch or two spacer would probably do the trick on me. But it'd look so much better from the side. Oh yeah. Also rode it with the 2 new fronts. It actually goes fast, which is a problem because it's all gas and no brakes on this rig. no brakes at all. But now I got less rolling resistance, so you go a little too fast now. And these wheels weigh about 2.5 times what those weigh. They're very heavy compared to those, which is good, I guess. A little lighter now, weight savings now. So it's working out. I got the wheels and tires on there with the adapters. Definitely looks a lot better, and it doesn't look like it missed leg day, so that's good. It's like pretty flush, even with the front. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I'm only in this thing $302 with the wheels and tires and adapters and everything I put on it. I'm $82 in it without the wheels and tires, which is a pretty good deal. So we still have a couple things to do to it. I want to buy a battery because it ended up dying. It came back for a while, but it ended up just giving out on me. I still need to figure out the lights. I can't get the lights going, but the fan works. Everything works except for the brakes. So in the next video, I'm going to do battery, put the plastics on, do brakes. I have an oil leak, and it drips down underneath the quad, but I don't know where it's coming from. And that bolt there is for the I guess the oil for the clutch. I cannot get that bolt out because I'm afraid it's the tranny fluid leaking out, and I want to check it, but I can't get the bolt out. I've even bought like extractor bits. I've heated the torch up, heated the block up with the torch. I just can't get it out, so we'll save that for the next video. But yeah, all my repairs, this little guy's holding up, fan's holding up, carburetor's still good, haven't fouled the plug or anything. So I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, look forward to the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this one. We'll probably have to do 2 episodes because I got to redo the brakes. But thanks for watching.